DeltaV SaaS SCADA is an IIoT cloud-native platform designed to enable asset-intensive industries to quickly and securely connect, acquire analytics, and provide control of remotely located devices anywhere, anytime by any one of your authorized users. We help our customers become more productive, profitable, and sustainable to improve life around the globe.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Edge Tech Talk, where we unpack the technology that's helping real-world operations work smarter, safer, and faster. My name is Amy Thibault. I'm the Director of Marketing, Communications, and Sales Enablement with Emerson's DeltaV SaaS SCADA. In today's Edge Tech Talk, we're tackling the biggest challenge in modern industrial operations, securing operational technology, or OT, at the edge, because it's certainly something that every person, business, and organization needs to think about, plan for, and fully be ready for anything and everything. Honestly, it really doesn't matter if you're running a single wellhead or a global fleet of assets. Protecting your industrial control systems at the edge is critical and needs to be done really, really well. And trust me, I know cybersecurity can sound confusing and even a little bit intimidating, but the truth is it's really about achieving operational resilience. When your security is handled correctly, it builds the confidence that enables your team to focus entirely on maximizing production and process efficiency, knowing that your systems are reliable and safe, not only in how secure your data is, but also the kind of confidence that enables your team to gain focus on your core business, while still being able to securely connect and grow to become more productive, profitable, and sustainable. I'm here today with one of our security experts who knows this topic inside and out, Dean. Dean doesn't even want me to use his last name, so for this chat, I'll keep it locked down tight, but you can trust that Dean is our resident DeltaV SaaS SCADA cybersecurity expert with over 20 years of keeping our customer data safe. Dean, I really appreciate you joining us for a few minutes to help work through some of this security stuff that isn't exactly easy to understand for some of us.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks for the gracious invite, and I'm happy to be here. The no last name thing makes me sound a bit wild or famous now that I hear you talking about it out loud. Anyway, the anonymity is just good security hygiene. You're right, this is a vital conversation. As industrial environments adopt more IoT or IIoT devices and blur the lines between IT and OT networks, the edge has become the primary threat vector where opportunity and risk intersect.
Exactly. So today we're breaking this down into three big takeaways: visibility, layered defense, and partnership. By the end, you'll understand what each means to the security of your data and how to use them to make your business stronger. Okay, Dean, let's start big picture. We hear about cyber attacks all the time, but for an industrial business or organization, what does that really mean?
Good question. That's a key misconception. While headline attacks hit giants, smaller industrial companies are often targeted for their supply chain access or to exploit less mature security. The true goal is often disrupting or manipulating their process control systems or PCS, not just stealing data, but causing plant downtime or safety incidents.
Okay, so even if you're not running a national power grid or production at a giant global tier 1 facility, you're still a potential target.
You got it. The more connected devices and data flows you have, from sensors, remote dashboards, mobile access, translates into the more potential entry points exist. For us, the attack surface includes every sensor, every controller, PLC, RTU, and every forgotten HMI. It's all the potential ingress points where a threat could cause system disruption or safety issues.
So the more digital we become, or your operations become, the more we need to protect. But if I get this right, here's what I love about what you're saying. It's not about fear, it's about control. Is that fair to say?
That's right. Security done right isn't about hiding from threats at all. More so, it's about creating confidence. When you know your systems are secure, your team can move faster, more focused on their core business that they need to know a ton of information about that's ready to keep up and scale without hesitation.
Oh, I love that. Security as an enabler, not an obstacle. Okay, let's dig into how companies can get there. Dean, I always hear you say you can't protect what you can't see. And maybe you lost me on that one. What does that really mean to our customers' data or their edge data?
Visibility is the foundation of cybersecurity. You need complete asset inventory and configuration management. Many attacks leverage shadow IT like an unmanaged field device or a legacy programmable logic controller, or PLC with default credentials. You can't protect what you don't know exists.
Oh, so it's kind of like doing a highly detailed digital inventory, like figuring out exactly who and what has keys to get in, continuously verifying they should be there, and what resources they can access, right?
Yes, that's a perfect analogy. And this is where modern systems like DeltaV SaaS SCADA really gets it right. It's all about secure, centralized visibility. You can see all connected assets, monitor data flow, and manage updates or user access from one secure place.
That's a huge help for teams that don't have a big IT department or giant budgets.
Absolutely. And that same visibility enables continuous monitoring, which is really just a sophisticated way of keeping watch 24/7 for indicators of compromise. That means flagging unusual behavior like a controller attempting an unauthorized outbound connection or a service account logging in outside of operational hours.
So the takeaway for our listeners, start by understanding what's connected before worrying about how to protect it. That level of clarity gives you power.
Exactly right. Visibility first, always.
Okay, so once we can see what's happening, it's time to protect it. You've told me before that good security is layered, not just one big lock. Although gotta say that would make things so much easier. But then again, if you've only got one big lock once that's been picked, everything is there and it's wide open to anyone.
Yeah, exactly. We call this defense in depth. In an industrial context, this means more than just a perimeter firewall. It's about segmenting your network into secure zones, following models like the Purdue model, and applying zero trust principles so that if a threat breaches one layer, it can't immediately access your critical control devices. And when I talk about zero trust, I simply mean you don't trust anyone or anything by default, whether it's inside or outside the network.
Oh, right. I like that. But when you say layers, what are those layers in cybersecurity terms? Like in English, for those of us who don't speak your techie expert security as our first language, please.
That's fair, Amy. That simply means we don't trust anyone or anything by default, whether they are inside or outside the network. Instead of one big wall, we look at 4 key principles. Think of them as 4 steps to checking ID and locking down every door: strong identity and access management. This is the high-tech digital bouncer at every door. It means we don't just check a password once at the gate. We make sure the person and the device, like that remote sensor or the mobile tablet, are verified every single time they try to touch a critical asset. Encryption, at rest, and in transit. This is like sending all your data in a locked briefcase. Data in transit means the data is locked while it's moving from the edge to the cloud. Data at rest means it stays locked even when it's sitting in storage. It turns sensitive information into gibberish to anyone without the correct key. Microsegmentation and network zoning. This is where we break the castle into tiny, separate, secure rooms. If an attacker gets into the warehouse system, one room, they are completely blocked from accessing the critical production controls, the second room. It's about stopping a breach from spreading. We call that preventing lateral movement. Threat detection and response, a TDR. This is the continuous automated lookout and guard force. We don't just rely on alerts. We use smart systems to continuously monitor for things that look unusual, like a machine suddenly trying to log in at 3 a.m. If a threat is spotted, the system automatically tries to isolate the device or block the connection.
SaaS-based platforms handle much of this automatically, right?
Correct. DeltaV SaaS SCADA handles the foundational platform security. We maintain encryption, automated patching, and monitoring. But customers manage their part of the shared responsibility model, like managing access, enforcing strong credentials, and fostering security awareness.
So it's kind of a shared effort. The system provides the structure, but people using it bring the discipline.
Exactly. Technology and process have to work together.
Love that collaboration. Everything seems to work smoother when there is a great team effort. So, multiple layers, no single lock, it's teamwork between humans and tech. That leads perfectly into our third point, partnership, because honestly, no one can do this alone. To me, it's like any great relationship. Both or all parties have to want the same goals and outcomes and keep working on it, or it ultimately fails.
That's absolutely true. Security isn't a one-time project, it's ongoing. The best protection comes from trusted partnerships between your team, your platform provider, and your systems integrations.
Right. Customers don't have to become cybersecurity experts. They just need to choose partners who are...
Exactly. A strong SaaS provider acts as a trusted managed security service provider, MSSP, for your core infrastructure. We provide continuous vulnerability management through automated patching, secure API management, and clear protocols for incident response. This partnership is the only way to maintain a strong security posture against constantly evolving threats.
So it's not about giving up control, it's about sharing responsibility with the right experts.
Yes, and that shared responsibility is what makes modern security models so resilient.
That's really reassuring. It's like having a co-pilot for your data. You're still in control, but someone's always watching the radar.
That's a good way to put it.
All right, Dean, let's recap what our listeners should remember from today's talk.
Sure thing. First, visibility, know what's connected. Second, layered defense, combine multiple safeguards for smarter protection. And third, partnership, work with trusted providers who make security a shared priority.
Okay, that helps. And it's good to know that cybersecurity doesn't have to be complicated or scary. It's about knowing, preparing, and working with the right people.
That's right. Security is not a destination, it's a discipline. It's about remaining agile, highly aware, and relentlessly proactive.
Perfectly said. And if today's discussion has you thinking about how secure your connected operations are, check out our site at emerson.com for more resources, stories, and real examples of how edge technology and cybersecurity come together in DeltaV SaaS SCADA. Thanks so much, Dean, and thanks to everyone listening. Stay curious, stay connected, and we'll see you next time on Edge Tech Talk.
Please contact our support team with any additional questions or training needs you may have. Our customers are enabled with DeltaV SaaS SCADA from every angle with change and project management, complete training, and live 24/7 support, because we believe every person on Earth holds the potential to create a brighter tomorrow.